I meet the president of Time Warner Cable and John Henry. And, like, I'm sitting at the table with the president of Time Warner Cable, Ed Kane, and John Henry, and it's little old me dressed like shit, straight off a plane with an LA Kings hat on. Like, I did not belong in that conversation. And they were just, we were flowing.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
Jeff London, DJ Jason Smith.
Here come the pain.
When the sun goes down, the music turns up. A whole new world opens up behind the velvet rope. Join us as we take you behind the scenes of the nightlife world.
Are you ready?
DJ Jason Smith, Jeff London. I'm the promoter, he's the DJ podcast, live from Boston, Massachusetts.
Jeff London.
15.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. How was your week?
I mean, like, we don't see enough of each other now. Like, I don't know if you guys understand, but, like, Jeff and I would see each other, like, once a week, and now it's, like, fucking 6 days a week.
I don't mind it, though.
I'm not saying I mind it, but it's just, like, you know, like the DJing gigs. It went from, like, me DJing, looking at my dog in my wall to, like, all of a sudden there's 1,000 people in front of me.
Speaking of that, how was Jack Harlow?
Jack Harlow was amazing. We had a great time. I had a good friend of mine that wanted to come up and party because he wanted to get out of the house. Travie McCoy came up. Jack was dope. He put on a great performance. It was one of the biggest nights that club's had, or the biggest night, right? That was at the Grand in Boston, Massachusetts, by the way.
You played a great set. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
I felt good. Sometimes I feel really good playing, and that was, I had, to be honest with you, when you have to play with an artist like that, and I've known this for years when I was on tour with, like, Swayze and LMFAO and even Travie McCoy and, like, Fall Out Boy and all those guys, that they're like, just go out there and warm up the crowd. Like, yo, dude, they don't want to fucking see me DJ, bro.
They want the headliner.
And I've worked with, like, French Montana and, like, Atlantic City, and, like, that was a rough night too. Like, I'm DJing and everybody, like, he's at the table next to the DJ booth and nobody's looking at me. Everybody's just right there on
focused on him.
So I have nothing to work with. And that was what happened on Saturday night with Jack Harlow, because there was a little bit of a younger crowd in there, of course, because he's a younger artist. But the dude was mad cool, and it was hard to get the people to move. My opener, I just told him, bro, don't take it personal. There's nothing you could do. Right. And I did the same thing, and I just got on and I just started doing my thing, and somehow
it worked.
It worked, and I won him over, and I blacked out. Not in, again, when I say I black out, it's not in a drunk way. It's just like you're going through the motions. It's like playing in the Super Bowl, and like you're just fucking throwing the ball. You're not actually thinking about where.
Yeah. Or overthinking.
Overthinking. Yeah. And I'm the king of overthinking, as we all know. Everybody around here knows that I overthink, and that's not something I hide.
No.
Well, I try to hide it, but if I just continuously repeat myself, so.
Yeah, I mean.
If you didn't know that about me.
I didn't know since we hang out 6 nights a week now. No, I thought it was great. I mean, we had a crazy weekend, actually. Martinez Brothers, I thought were
oh my God,
awesome.
they were fucking amazing. Like, I love that music. Do you know that there was probably not one song I knew of theirs, and I still had a good time?
Yeah.
That's because they created a vibe, dude. You know what I mean? And it's different and it was a sexy vibe. You had people in there spending real money, because when you bring sexy house music like that, people will spend money. It's not EDM house. There's a big difference between the two. You know what I mean?
Were you at Kascade Friday too?
Yeah, where were you? Downstairs?
I came up for a while though. Yeah.
Yeah, Kascade was dope too. He's one of my
was some
favorite,
energy in there.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite DJs, and he's been around for a long time.
I didn't realize how long he's been around till I started.
Yeah, he's been around. He just sold out like SoFi Stadium in like LA or something. Wow. Tickets are going on sale today, or he's doing an event there for sure in LA. And Kascade was another beast, man. Like, he adapts, he changes. Like he has the same sound, but it changed as the music scene changed.
Yeah.
So what happened was, a couple of years ago, he would have the same format with those same songs that helped him get to where he is.
Right.
But then he would make an edit to fit in the time of
That's
music.
pretty dope. Yeah.
And this time he played a really dope, like he went back to the original sound that he had. Like there was no edits. It was like his original sound. And that's what made him, it was great because, it was sexy house music, dude. It's like Baby making house music.
That might be a
That's
t-shirt.
it.
That
yeah,
might be a
Baby
t-shirt.
making house music, bro. So it was fun. It was like a breath of fresh air, dude. Seriously.
And then, were you there Sunday with Aoki?
No, I sat that one out, my friend. I'm sorry, though.
That's all right. It was
You were
fun.
there.
That was fun, yeah.
It's a little. It's just not my thing. I respect Aoki, but it's not my thing.
Yeah, it was good. And
The best DJ set. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. The best DJ set I've ever seen of Steve Aoki was at this place called Tens on 21st Street, Manhattan. Or it was like, if it wasn't Tens.
was it back when he was doing like Sunday Split with like AM
Yeah, it was
and
that. It was like
Fashion
before that, actually. And not Tens. Tens was the strip club. Oh, fuck. Joe Messina, where you at, man? It was like Candy something, too. There's like a bunch of names. It was like called Sweet. I think it was called Sweet or some shit. But it was on 21st Street. It was like one of those like really hard to get into parties.
Right.
Only celebrities
like
in
the
there.
box.
Yeah, like the box. Like, but this is pre-cell phones in that good era of New York City where like the only way you were getting pictures of these people is if they were paparazzi.
Right.
And so they would have the freedom at that time to go out and be free because not everybody had a fucking phone, a camera on their phone. So it was like Paris Hilton, like everybody's in this room. Jusky, like shout out Jusky, he's always around in those venues like that, and it was dope, man. And he was playing. He just dropped Hall notes. I can't go for that in the middle of his set. And he played an all open format set.
Really?
As AM taught him to do.
Wow.
This is when he had that group out called Block Party, and I think they had the song called Banquet, or it was either Banquet and the song was called Block Party. I don't know.
They were called Banquet.
Yeah, I play that joint all the time, like when I do these little lounges and shit. But I can't remember Block Party. Yeah, when he was running Dimac still, which he still has, he had like rock artists that were like MIA style, like that indie LA kind of hipster shit. That's amazing. Like I would call it like almost alternative dance or indie dance, like that shit. Yeah.
That's like the second time I've heard MIA brought up this week.
Really?
I love MIA.
Oh, MIA and Santa Gold too.
Awesome.
Oh.
Do you know she had to change her name? Usually Santi Gold.
Yeah. I knew that because all my files would have both names.
Yeah, she got. I think.
And
it was
before
trademark.
she blew up, she had to change it because the older records had Santi Gold, and I thought it was that, and I was like, oh, I'm bugging. Thanks for clarifying that.
No
I wasn't just worried. She was dope.
She's dope.
I used to. Speaking of Santa Gold, she did she's married to Trevor Andrew,
Who's that?
Trevor Andrew used to be a really huge a snowboarder. I think he was like big time, like professional.
Yeah.
And he used to be this rock star that used to fuck with us at Mood Swing. And he was just like this punk rock star, and he would rap and stuff. He was dope. We did a bunch of shows in Miami, and I've done a bunch of shows with him like in California and in Burbank.
I'll have to Google this dude later.
But no, what was this? No, whatever. Yeah, and he's the Gucci Ghost. He's the one that designed all the stuff with Gucci for Gucci Ghost.
Wow.
So yeah, man,
That dude's a
that
cool
kid's
dude.
had like a career, bro.
That's a cool life.
Snowboarding. I think he broke his ankle, started a rock band, went on tour with that, married Santa Gold, and then became the designer of Gucci for that little Gucci Ghost run.
Wow.
Yeah. Talking about reinventing yourself.
Yeah, right.
Shit.
Should we do a little question of the
Yeah,
week?
what's the question of the week? There's a bunch, let me explain this one.
All right, I got to explain it to you. And since it's been like my first week, second week, kind of back, and getting back into things, having people hit me up that haven't hit me up in like a year.
Oh, I see now. Okay, now it makes sense. It's almost like what we talked about with your friends at 11 in Miami.
Right.
Like, nah, bro.
So the question of the week is, like, when dealing with social media, people hitting your DMs, doing a gig that you don't want to do, asking for too many comps on my end, DM requests and thing. How do we deal with the word no? Or how do you deal with the word no? I'll give you one scenario, right?
Okay.
I'll give you one scenario. You're an amazing club DJ. I know you could rock a wedding. I know you could rock anything. But you do say that you don't do weddings as much, right? Or
I would.
What's one gig that you don't like? You wouldn't fit right. You would do
Sweet 16.
Okay, somebody does a Sweet 16, right?
Yeah.
How do you tell them no? Kindly, or do you not tell them kindly? You just say no.
No, I wouldn't just say no, because first of all, the person asking me, I must have a relationship with, so I couldn't just say no. Yeah. Usually when those kind of come in, I have a buffer, like my manager.
So that
it won't even get to me
because
I had a buffer.
Yeah.
Now, if you bypass my manager in the buffer, that handles that, so I don't look like the bad guy.
Right.
If it was a personal friend, they hit me up, I'd be like, yo, I'd love to do it. But, like, I'm going to be honest with you, man. Like, I don't have a lot of those records that they're probably going to be interested in.
Right. Oh.
And that's not a lie. That's the honest truth.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, I could rock it. Oh, you want me to play, like, some young stuff and then some older? I could do that.
Right, right.
Oh, you want a wedding? Okay. Well, I don't have traditional wedding music. Facts.
No, I agree.
I got stuck in a corporate gig a couple weeks ago, and I didn't know it was going to be a specific party. They're like, oh, just play like a wedding, play like ABBA and stuff like that. I'm like, they're like, play Pitbull, and I'm like, I don't even have that stuff.
Yeah, that's hard. And it was kind of a weird kind of gig.
I just play weird. I play weird music, and I could like. So, for instance, if I'm doing a wedding, first of all, I tell them I don't MC that shit, so they got to find an MC.
Right.
I prefer DJing after they get all that family dance and shit out of the way. I'll do the after party of the wedding.
Right.
Or if you hand me a list, I did a wedding at the Gramercy Park Hotel rooftop, right? And I sat down with them, and they came up with a fucking awesome playlist. Another wedding I did in Malibu, dude, for a good friend of mine.
Do you have to say dude after you say Malibu every time?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. Just checking, dude.
Dude, it's wicked. No, that's Boston word. So the wedding in fucking in Malibu was like, dude, they gave me a no playlist, and it was every fucking song that you would hear at a normal wedding, and I was like, oh, this is awesome.
Oh, it's even better. So instead of these are the songs I want you to play, these are the songs I don't want you to play.
And it's every song you would hear at a wedding.
YMCA.
Shit like that.
Macarena.
I'm in, dog. And you know that money's going to be good because
Shake Your Tail Feather.
It's going to cost a lot to get me to do a private event and stuff like that.
So that's how you do it. If you don't have the buffer, you tell them straight up.
I tell them straight up. I'm not going to... I can't say I'm gonna say no, but I'm not gonna say no, but I'm gonna give them the option of saying no to me. I let them say no to me.
That's an amazing answer. That's an amazing answer. Yes, that's an amazing answer. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because then you're keeping that relationship. It's not gonna get awkward.
I mean, that's how I've been doing this past week.
Bro, if I hit you up to ask you to, can you get me in the door, and you say no, I'm going to fucking take that out of context and be like, you're yelling at me.
Yeah, like this week.
Because I'm personally insecure, but.
I mean, this week when people were asking for too many comps, I was
What's
like.
too many comps?
It depends on the night. I mean, tickets, some tickets are going for $150. You're asking for a $750 favor, and you're just saying thanks at the end. I mean, yeah, I'll take care of you, but my not excuse or my thing is, well, I'm new to this company, so it's hard to.
Well, that's a great excuse. Yeah. Not only that, but I would say I take care of you, but your friends come in at a discount.
And that's exactly what I said. And I also shout out to my boy Georgie at the door. I just gave everything to him. I said, talk to Georgie at the door,
and he doesn't mind it.
No, he sorts it out.
Well, people don't know our friend George, but George is a beast at what he does, and he'll be that buffer.
Right, he's the buffer.
Yeah.
Wow. So the question of the week, the real answer is
have a buffer.
Have a buffer. Yes. All right. That's we're answering on that. We also had a special question of the week from the boss man.
Oh, the boss
Yeah,
man.
the boss man wanted to know if you ever been behind the green
Rick
monster. The boss, Rick Ross. No, our boss, Ed Kane. Shut up.
Okay, shout out Ed Kane. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you.
Yeah. Did you ever go behind? You went behind the green monster?
Well, this is a little funny story.
Did you go with Ed?
Yeah.
right.
Ed always takes me. That ain't my first. This was my first one though.
Oh, okay.
Ever since then, I just go all the time. I don't mean to sound like a fucking douchebag or anything, but I've been to quite a many. Like, I just ask sometimes when I want to go to a game. I don't expect the treatment that I get. I'm expecting to sit like in the bleachers,
Right.
But that's not where they put me. They put me next to the bench. What do they call it? The dugout. Yeah. See, so don't waste your tickets on me because I don't even know what a dugout bench is. Anyways, I was flying in from like Phoenix or something. This is when like open format DJs were just crushing it, and I was flying out every weekend. I was flying in from like Phoenix or something, and I hit my friend Randy up, and I was like, Randy, can we get tickets to like the Yankees are playing Red Sox?
Right.
Obviously, I'm from New York. I'm a huge New York fan. I don't care where I am.
Right.
So I'm on the plane. I land. I get the text back. Yeah, just hit Ed. He's going to take you. Cool. I ended up leaving, but he goes, Randy said it in the text message, dude, whatever you do not wear a fucking Yankees hat with Ed. Thankfully, I actually had a LA Kings hat on. But then I left my glasses on the fucking plane, and I couldn't see any of the game.
While sitting like next to the dugout.
Well, first of all, we go up to he's like, oh, let's go. We're going to go up to my friend's box. And I was like, okay. Well, come to find out it was the owner's box. There's a chef in there cooking it up. I'm like, Ed, dude, do you look at me? I don't belong in this place. I love Ed because Ed is such an awesome dude. Like, he doesn't look at you for what you look like on the outside.
Right,
and that's the greatest. He doesn't judge anybody. He's not embarrassed to hang out with anybody.
Right.
And I love and respect him for that so much, man, because I would be like, I would think that I'm so different from Ed, and like why would he want to hang out with me? But we get along so well. That's why he wants to hang out with me, no matter what I look like. So, anyways, we're watching the game, and he's like, "Oh, we'll go down to the seats." I was like, "All right, cool." So the chef cooks up whatever we want. Go down to I meet the president of Time Warner Cable and John Henry. And, like, I'm sitting at the table with the president of Time Warner Cable, Ed Kane, and John Henry, and it's little old me dressed like shit, straight off a plane with an LA Kings hat on. Like, I did not belong in that conversation.
Yeah.
And they were just, we were flowing.
That's awesome.
Everybody was so nice to me. So then we go down to the, like, this experience is like blowing my mind as it is. And then he's like, oh, we're just gonna go down the seats. Cool. I'm sitting next to the dugout with my arm perched up on the dugout with Big Poppy sitting right next to me.
That's pretty amazing.
The coach at the time was good friends with Ed and walks up and goes, Ed, wow, this date isn't as hot as your other dates usually are. I go, that's right. I'm way hotter, right? And we're cracking jokes. Like, this is middle of the game and the coach is talking to us.
That's pretty good.
Then Ed surprised me. He's like, hey, you want to go check out the field? And I was like, yeah. And he took me back, and they let us take pictures in the green wall and autograph it inside. And like,
wow.
the Green Monster. Sorry, no disrespect. I like Boston, man. I'm a Yankees fan, and that's just what it is. I don't hate Boston. Like, that shit is like so over.
Yeah,
it's fun, but let it be fun. It doesn't have to be serious.
No,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it can be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus.
Well,
this ain't Philly.
Yeah. Thanks, Ed, for the question.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, everybody, for the question. And as always, send those questions, and we love getting these questions. And I'm the promoter. He's the DJ.
Or they can email us, too. What's the email?
I'm the promoter. He's the DJ at Gmail.
Yeah, that's it, man. So email us, too, man.
Yeah. I think we should need some Yelp reviews.
I wish we had some Yelp reviews music. Maybe I should get on that.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have any ideas?
For a Yelp review music. That's a good question.
That
could be
to be honest with you, there's not one.
Maybe the Jeopardy theme song or something.
I know you can't think of like one hip hop song that would be like review or Yelp in it.
No.
We're just gonna have to like I'll make a piano part or something.
Ooh.
All right, let's go. Yelp review of the week. Sorry to delay it with my.
We actually got a couple this week, and so if you guys don't know, I read them verbatim. I read them word for word.
Yeah, please understand that he doesn't stutter like that. Not that there's anything wrong with people that stutter. Please don't take offense. I know this is the cancel culture, so don't want to say the wrong.
So these are from clubs.
Like the Who, didn't they get in trouble for like making a song that had like he was stuttering the lyrics?
Oh, might have been.
The Who got in trouble for that. All right, go back.
I'll look that up. So these are Yelp reviews from clubs, and as we always say, Yelp reviews are the worst thing. So people from nightclubs are even worse because they get denied. They're drunk. They write these reviews.
They're dressed not right.
Yeah. So this Yelp review starts off. Disgusting behavior from the guy at the door that was so high he couldn't see straight. Been here several times and never have been so unprofessionally approached. No line and 4 well-dressed girls wanted 100 per person and said it was because of Trump. That must
be a new one. Then.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's $100 per person because of Trump.
Yeah. That was pretty good. Yeah.
Now again, are these just clubs? Or are they like assortment of bars and clubs? We definitely can't do restaurants. Restaurants
are these are just
funny.
Yeah, these are just clubs. So, all right, we got one more. Ready?
Dude, I am gonna give you a tip next week because these are amazing. Start looking up like Yelp reviews at clubs in like Florida.
Ooh, that's a good one. Wow.
Yeah, bro. Like Jacksonville, Florida and shit like that. You know they're fucking amazing.
No,
everything weird in
everything's weird in Florida.
Yeah, okay, cool. Sorry, guys. Except for Ross. Miami doesn't count, right?
Dade County. No. All right, this one starts. Came at 10 p.m. on Friday, and they told us that they would let our group of 5 girls in, but not the 2 boyfriends that came along.
I've seen that happen actually a lot in New York City.
Not only is this obviously exploiting women customers for their table members viewing pleasure, but it would be incredibly unlikely that a new club would be capacity at 10 p.m. on a Friday. This better change for them to do well in the future.
That's the cancel culture right there, bro.
Okay, so I read that.
Yeah.
Then I read the next review of the club.
Of this the same club?
The same club. I was one of the boyfriends who was denied after my girlfriend was told that her and her 4 friends could be admitted to the full club. Very unprofessional. So not only did the girlfriend do the Yelp review, the boyfriend
said,
chimed in.
I couldn't get it either.
Oh, man. And that's the Yelp review of the week. Next week we'll have some music for that. Yeah.
Well, don't quote me on that. That's a
quoting you on that.
Dude, that's a high task priority right there.
What do you have to work and DJ this week?
Well, I'm saying it's a hard subject line to find a song for. I'll play the piano. Speaking of pianos. Ooh, echo.
Gather around, kids. It's story time with Uncle Jeff. The names have been left out to protect the guilty.
Now, here's a little story I got to tell you.
Talk about unprofessional. This sound guy sucks.
Shout out to Jason Smith.
Hey, it's that other guy, Frank in the back.
Oh, Frank's in the back.
Frank in the back.
Frank in the back.
That's his name. Dude, is that your name, Frank in the back? Oh, it's John? Sorry.
Billy.
There's nobody in this room but me and Jeff, by the way.
No, shout to Hurley.
I was trying to make it funny. Shout my guy Hurley, man. He's holding it down. He was playing a dope set at dinner the other night at Empire.
Ooh. All right. So we talked about you going to the Red Sox game. I got a Red Sox story player.
Sorry, that's my water bottle. It's very hot here with Jeff.
So it's Red Sox player.
Red Sox player.
Rolls up to the club with his boy.
Yes.
And literally, I want to say like one of the dopest Bentleys I've ever seen. Like this Bentley was just out of control. like decked out. This is like a long time ago too. So like Bentleys weren't like.
So this guy had a really small penis.
He might have. So this guy was, but he was the man on the Red Sox.
Oh, okay. All right. That's a different story then.
Yeah, he had a lot of money.
Well, I think if you have a Bentley that's decked, not only like the base, but you deck it out, you got some money, buddy.
Yeah, he had some money.
Do you think, real quick, do they buy those or they leasing them?
100% they're buying them. Or, here's the third option.
Yeah.
That they're sponsored by them.
Do you think Bentley's just out there giving people cars?
I mean, Rolex does.
John, what's your
Lamborghini
boy the
does.
other day been looking for this Bentley forever, and Meek Mill got to get it for him.
Oh, my friend Bob Kraft. Yeah, that was pretty sick, actually.
I actually met the guy once. Ed Kane said to him, "Yo, this is one of the best DJs in the country."
And did he say, "Are you Meek Mill's DJ?"
So he kept walking. Bob Kraft kind of threw me some shade. He seemed cool though.
He is, man. So this guy,
shout out Bob Kraft.
So this guy comes in, parks the Bentley like right across like the W Hotel.
So he must be at Cure.
No, he's not at Cure. He's at another club. This was a rumor back in the day. Comes there.
Yeah.
It's him and his boy. Finishes the night. They hang out with a couple of girls. Maybe a little bit after the club. Everybody's gone. He fills the Bentley with a bunch of girls, bunch of ladies. They're about to take off. We're all like walking them out to the car. Everybody else left, so there's not really there. He pulls around the corner and just literally hits the curb, and both right side tires blow out on the car.
Not just one,
both. Like, you're not leaving. So we're like, oh man, like
you could hear it. Was it loud?
The impact of the curb was loud. I didn't know the tires popped, but yeah. So we're like, oh man,
how embarrassing.
This might have been before Uber, so we can't be sending this guy in a cab. So there's only bouncers left and like a cleaning crew left. So we're like, all right, do you have a spare tire in the trunk? So we looked there.
Yeah, that's a good question. Does a Bentley have a spare tire?
It does.
It does.
Well, this one did, but he had two blown out tires.
You're a you're OSA. What is it?
SOL. Shit out AOL.
It's been a long day already for me, guys. Seriously.
Yeah. So
it was an AOL, bro.
So we get the tire out, and it's not like a donut tire.
It's like huge.
It's
right?
like a regular size tire. We put on this car and realize it has no air in it.
So they So they have a spare. Oh, okay. It's got to be a way to pump that up in the car.
Yeah. So we had but he also had to get another tire.
Yeah.
So we're sending bouncers out to gas stations to fill tires. We're sending out bouncers to go look for a tire in the car.
Meanwhile, they're just sitting in the car, like.
Meanwhile, this Red Sox player who's well known with his 4 girls, and the guy just want to go home, and he blew
By
out
this
all
point,
types.
the after party's over, bro.
He still might have had an after party. We found a guy that had a donut in one of his cars. One of the bouncers had a donut.
Yeah.
So we put the donut in the front. The other guy went to the gas station, filled it with air, came back. Within 45 minutes, we got him back rolling. But he went home with a Bentley with 2 brand new tires, 1 donut, and 1 tire that was in the back of his car.
Oh my god, it's so embarrassing.
And it was probably, I don't know how he rode back in a donut, but his car was looking a little different after the donut
I bet
situation.
not alone did he hit the curb, I'm sure the car's driving totally different. This guy's just like, what is my car doing, bro?
Yeah. And that was the time when I saw the Bentleys and flat tires. Yeah.
Nice. But I like the title of this week's story, Bentleys and flat tires. Yeah. It's dope. I like that.
I tried.
So people on my notes, Jeff doesn't tell me a lot, and I ask him to keep it very dull for me.
I just put it the title.
Yeah,
basically.
because I don't want to know the Yelp reviews, and I don't want to know. I just want to know what Jeff wants me to know, and I don't want to know the story. I just want it to be genuine, and I think if I read everything that you write, it just won't be genuine.
Yeah, it was nothing scripted,
No, man.
You just have an outline. Well,
there's an outline.
There's an outline.
You obviously need to have the Yelp reviews in there, but we try to keep it very organic for you guys because this shit is like kind of fun that way.
It absolutely is.
If Jeff and I had a script to go over, it wouldn't come off.
It would come off like a bad Yelp review.
Yeah.
Don't give us bad Yelp
I didn't make it in radio for a particular reason because I couldn't read and talk at the same time. So thank God we don't do that here.
Let's get some PNN.
This just in. Breaking news. Breaking news from the PNN Positive News Network with your host, Jeff London.
All right, this PNN this week. So something near and dear to, I think, almost everybody in the world. And if you don't know somebody that unfortunately has cancer, has passed from cancer, survived cancer, anything to do with cancer.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody has. So
unfortunately,
I've seen before how they have dogs that have been trained to sniff out certain cancers.
They even had dogs that could sniff out COVID, I read, too.
That's pretty crazy.
It's nuts.
Now they're training artificial intelligence systems.
Are those like the dogs we've been seeing like coming out of Harvard that are like they
Those
kick
dogs-
and they hit like with the hockey sticks and
Yeah,
shit?
and they still stand up? No, they didn't make fake dogs. They made a machine.
Oh, a machine.
Yeah.
Oh.
That
Sorry, guys.
that detects cancer in much the same way as the dogs. So,
Oh, okay, I
so
get it.
like organic compounds, like cells or blood plasma samples.
They just put it in the machine, like kind of like when they take the swab at TSA.
Very good. The eNose, they call it, system.
It's probably like the same thing. They just changed the algorithm or something to
Probably,
the
yeah.
code.
So the device was able to detect early and late stage ovarian cancer,
That's
95% accuracy, pancreatic cancer with 90% accuracy.
Wow.
What's most impressive is the machine was trained to differentiate between healthy and cancer samples in 20 minutes.
Oh, so you could have like the same cell and not know if it's benign. Is that what it is?
Benign, yeah. It's
Benign,
like
yeah.
it's like this is like a rapid cancer detection, which is
So
kinda crazy.
if it has see something like it will tell you that it's benign.
No, it'll tell you it's cancerous or yeah,
Yeah, that's why it says cancerous samples in
Yeah.
20 minutes. That's cool.
yeah.
No, it's never mind. Whatever, dude.
No, they differentiate between healthy and cancer. Yeah, so if
Yeah,
it-
yeah.
So if the cells, but which is pretty crazy because it's now rapid. Which being
Rapid is insane. Yeah.
now you can get, if it ends up being, now you can get treatment quicker, and it's pretty crazy.
And it's invasive, it sounds like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like if you have like breast cancer and you need to get a test, they almost have to take a sample out of your breast.
yeah, these
That's
are just
really
like,
that's invasive, you know.
these are just cells and blood plasma. And,
That's
yeah.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, so
Shout out our scientists. Science is real, man.
science is real, and that's the PNN this week.
I was going to tell you off the air about science.
I can't wait.
No, it's not a joke. It's serious. Well, that was good.
That was great.
What?
Check out Jason. He's
Check
gonna be
me out.
DJing.
Check it
Where
out.
else do they check you out at?
I am jasonsmith.com.
Wow. And I am.
I am Jason Smith at SoundCloud.
Very good.
Jason Smith Music on your IG.
And I'm Jeff London _.
And we are,
I'm the promoter.
he's the DJ.
And
And
go to bignightshop.com. Buy our merchandise. We might have some new merchandise.
oh
out.
yeah, we might have
We
some
might
more
have
shit.
some merchandise.
And check out, just send us an email
Send those questions in.
at I'm the promoter, he's the DJ at gmail.com.
Thanks, Hurley, as always.
Word to your mother.
Peace.